Good, happy Friday evening. Is July 15, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Friday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, human error led to triggering of false alarm at Seabrook station, officials say. Executive counselor says aging technology used at nuclear plant. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jennifer Crompton.
Experience is coming to New Hampshire, filled with excitement, a new destination, a place to experience tradition, experience cutting-edge innovation, experience history, the new 6-hour Experience Center.
Seabrook Station mistakenly broadcast an emergency through 9 siren poles Tuesday. Many still wondering how and why the plant took so long to confirm the false alarm.
Within the span of roughly more than an hour, there was a lot of confusion, chaos, and fear along the seacoast.
As an official investigation continues, Executive Counselor Janet Stevens and Seabrook Town Manager Bill Manzi met with senior plant management Thursday.
Twice a month, silent alarm tests are conducted, and on this one particular day, July 12th, on the control panel, the siren technician hit the button above the silent. So it was the PA announcement that was launched.
Technology a concern.
So when I saw the control panel that they were working with, we know that the technology in effect is about 50 years old. And the siren system is becoming obsolete.
They say the plant acknowledges the need to improve communication.
We think that the protocols are going to be improved. We think technology may be improved so that these things don't happen again. But to simply say it, we need to see concrete action.
They say they've been told that the official NextEra Energy investigation will take 1 to 2 weeks, but they do want to confirm that they have confidence in the full statewide system response to an actual emergency. On the coast, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Elected leaders call for answers after false alarm at Seabrook Station. Lawmakers say investigation needed after sirens sound around nuclear plant. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
Just is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
When Seabrook Station alarms mistakenly sounded at the beach on Tuesday, the governor and members of New Hampshire's federal delegation immediately made the incident a top priority.
We actually brought this issue to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission at 11:20 a.m. when we saw the alert on WMUR. They knew nothing about it either. And it was hours really before the public had an explanation about what transpired here. So there's no excuse for that.
That lack of immediate public communication and outreach to nearby towns and their first responders is something Senator Jean Shaheen wants the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to look into.
I think we need a real investigation into why this happened. It revealed some of the challenges with our evacuation planning in the seacoast.
On Friday, NextEra Energy sent a letter to Governor Chris Sununu saying, quote, "While the situation was addressed within minutes, we regret the ramifications this has caused to the residents in our neighboring communities." Seabrook Site Vice President Brian Booth added, quote, The Seabrook station team is conducting a thorough investigation, and we will take actions to ensure this situation does not happen again. NextEra also told the governor it's committed to updating its notification systems. Can this be the way that an actual incident unfolds for them?
Well, I think we all agree that you can always improve their system, and I think that's what we're looking to do. Parts of the system were put into place in the early 80s, and parts of it have been upgraded, but parts of it are a little bit antiquated as well. And parts of those protocols were designed for communication systems of the 80s and 90s, and so we just want to make sure that we're updating it. We all have cell phones now. We all can get instant text messages. The New Hampshire alert system is there, so we want to make sure those are incorporated into the more modern protocols.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Cause of fire at Conway's Red Jacket Resort uncertain, investigators say. Investigators say there was no evidence of crime. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
We're struggling pretty bad because of the fire.
Room 331 and 253. Two families who were sharing nearly identical experiences when the fire took 75 rooms of the Red Jacket Mountain View Resort.
And we were there less than an hour before the fire even started.
We were only there for like an hour and a half.
The fun was over before it even began, as a fire burned down their rooms and all of their possessions.
If it wasn't for my mother driving the 4 hours up there with our extra spare key to our car, we would have been up there for at least another week.
We had family who had to come up 3 hours to give us, luckily we had a spare key.
The fire was about 2.5 months ago. Now Joshua and Courtney, desperate for an update from the hotel's insurance company now that the investigation is complete.
He was pretty much saying, keep on giving us some time. And I was like, it's been 3 months.
They say communication with the hotel's insurance consultant stopped late June and early July.
And that's when he also said, look at your homeowner's insurance policy and maybe take out against that. And I was really annoyed with that because that would also go against us.
Then I was like, okay, you know what? I want to speak to a supervisor. No reply.
A waiting game that's leaving the victims with a large hole in their wallets.
That's coming out of our pocket, and they're still not giving us any inkling of when they'll conclude their investigation or if and when they would, replace anything.
Now, we've also reached out to the hotel's insurance company multiple times for a comment, and we still have not heard back. In studio, Troy Lynch, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Graffiti spray painted on the arch outside the State House in Concord. Police say damage could be difficult to repair. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Legendary. Alpine Adventures is New England's zipline and outdoor adventure destination. We know fun, and we do it differently. Pick your adventure or do them all. Alpine Adventures. Get out of your element at alpinezipline.com.
Right, Jamie, you can see that graffiti right there behind me. It's 2 sevens on the archway facing towards City Plaza. Now, police say they're still looking for what these numbers could symbolize, but police say they're narrowing down on the time frame that this vandalism happened, but say it likely occurred between late last night and this morning. They're still looking for suspects, checking surveillance video and talking to potential witnesses. They don't yet know how much in damages this will cost, but say the granite is hard to clean, so harsh chemicals could have to be used. The price for that does add up. If you have any information on who could have caused the damage here, you're asked to reach out to Concord Police, and you can also leave an anonymous tip on the crime line. Live in Concord, Grace Feinerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New 3-digit mental health crisis hotline 988 launches tomorrow on Saturday. The number will help people in crisis connect to trained mental health professionals. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Largest is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
The 988 line is truly one that will be transformational and offer people an opportunity to have a mental health response when they have a mental health crisis.
Starting tomorrow, anyone needing mental health assistance can call, text, or message 988. It's like 911 for calls that don't require help from law enforcement.
Right now, when someone has a real emergency, mental health emergency, the place they're most likely to call is 911. And the response is handcuffs and not a mental health response.
988 elevates and acknowledges the reality that most of us, at some point in our lives, will need to reach out for support.
Mental health advocates hope 988 will help break any stigmas surrounding mental health and will normalize asking for help.
People are talking about mental health in a way they did not do before COVID.
But this type of service isn't new in the Granite State. In January, New Hampshire launched a rapid response access point, a 10-digit number you can call that connects you with a mobile response team and follow-up services.
Our mobile teams are made up of 2 trained responders who will come out, a person with lived experience with mental health and substance use background, as well as a trained clinician.
And one thing to keep in mind is once it launches, 988 will route calls via area code. So if you live in New Hampshire but don't have a 603 number, mental health experts recommend sticking with that 10-digit number so you can be connected to local resources. Live in Manchester, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Relief for Ukraine fundraiser reaches first milestone. More than 1,800 people have donated more than 293,000. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Big thank you to our viewers today. You have helped us reach the first milestone in the effort to help people affected by the war in Ukraine. More than 1,800 people have donated to New Hampshire Relief for Ukraine, bringing that to more than $293,000. And that gets us more than 25% of the way to our goal of $1 million. Your donations are already supporting things like a bloodmobile at field hospitals and safe housing, food deliveries, an orphanage and daycare for children in Ukraine. The Common Man restaurants will match up to $1 million, so every single donation matters. You can find more information about this work at WMUR.com and our mobile app. And again, a big thank you for your generosity.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Ivana Trump's death ruled an accident by medical examiner. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC 7NY.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to satisfy your cravings. Enjoy a savory Southwest Bacon Whopper Jr. with small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a small drink. The $5 Your Way meal with Southwest Bacon Whopper Jr. only at Burger King.
She and her husband became daily bold-faced names in the New York tabloids. Their marriage, their businesses, and their nasty divorce. Ivana Trump, the first wife of Donald Trump and the mother of his 3 oldest children, died today. The 73-year-old businesswoman and socialite found at the bottom of the stairs in her townhouse on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. No word yet on her exact cause of death. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dillon.
Eric Trump left his mother's home today with his wife Laura, still absorbing the sudden, jarring loss of his mother.
It's been a very sad day, guys. Very sad day.
They had carried the body of Ivana Trump from her East Side home just minutes earlier. Police saying she may have fallen down a flight of stairs in her home. She was just 73 years old, but her life was chock full.
These people were the new stars of the late 80s.
She met Donald Trump in the 1970s. They married, and together, they built an empire.
As a boss, you have to be a leader, and you have to say what you want. You have to tell them, you have to motivate them.
They were not only a power couple, but also glittering New York A-list celebrities. and then it fell apart. Loudly.
If you're good to him, he's incredible to you. If you bet at him, you're dead.
It was a scandalous divorce, splashed across the front pages of the tabloids amid rumors that he was unfaithful. She moved on and started her own businesses and wrote books. In a movie called The First Wives Club, Ivana Trump poked fun at her own life.
Don't get mad, get everything.
In a statement today, former President Trump said she was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who lived an inspirational life. Her children said Ivana Trump was a survivor. She fled from communism and embraced our country. Right after her ex-husband lost the presidential election in November of 2020, Mrs. Trump did an interview with People magazine in which she said, "Donald doesn't like to lose. He will fight and fight." They had been divorced for 28 years by then. She still knew him pretty well.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.